So you're growing out the mustache.
Yeah.
Can you see that on the film? A little bit.
See that stash, guys?
What do you guys think?
In the soul patch?
Asian stash, what are your thoughts? Leave them in the, drop a note in the comments. Let them know if you should grow it out.
Jackie Chan is my inspiration for this. Today, we are talking about a hot topic.
Ooh.
Not the clothing store.
Although that is evidently a great clothing store as like a business.
Oh, really?
That's what I hear. Hot Topic's like was one of the fastest growing like retail chains.
I mean, they had cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary to walk in at first, but then once you get used to the people, you're like, yeah, that's pretty nice,
You
actually.
know, what I've always found is like the scarier the people dress and like the scarier the environment, the nicer everyone is.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you go into a J. Crew, it's gonna, those ladies are cutthroat.
Oh yeah.
They're like judging you real quick and they're like, boy, you ain't gonna buy anything. Get out of here.
You can't afford this.
You can't afford this.
Yeah, that's true. I feel more comfortable around the people that don't dress as mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hipsters, man. They're nice people.
They are, yes.
Sometimes their views on things are a little out there, but I respect that they have opinions.
Everyone has opinions. Yeah.
All opinions are respected from the entrepreneurs.
Yes.
No judgments here.
Even if you feel obligated to drop a comment saying, wow, you guys are terrible.
Yeah. We respect that. We will send you a thank you card.
What would be like a negative comment we would appreciate? Should we just give somebody a template and that way they could just use it, upvote it? I got one.
All right.
Dear entrepreneurs, comma, enter. Thank you for putting together this show. It is my humble opinion that you two do not belong on any sort of video media. Period. Space.
Wow, that would be a really nice backhanded compliment.
Please cease and desist immediately. Period. Enter. Thanks, comma, enter your name.
Yeah.
That would be formatted correctly and all that stuff.
If we were to get a letter or an email of said review,
yeah,
we would probably give a shout out on our next one.
We give you a shout out.
Thank you, because hey, if you got haters, you got fans.
Yeah, I mean, and on the real, like if you listen to people like artists or writers, they'll say if you're not polarizing people, you're never gonna have fans. You can say things that like don't offend anyone or don't like get anyone excited, but you're always gonna have like a lukewarm pool of people that kind of like you. What you should do is you should freaking say some stuff that's gonna make your little audience separate out, and you're gonna have some haters and you're gonna have some people that freaking love you though. So
haters.
They hate us because they
ain't us.
Boom.
Ain't us.
Ain't us.
Ain't us.
Not anus.
Yeah.
Although.
No. Just ain't us.
Alright. What are we talking about today, Jordan?
Today we are talking about it's a personality trait and whether or not we think it's one to be a good quality or a bad quality. And the quality we're talking about for somebody that's starting a business or as an entrepreneur is the quality of arrogance.
I got a definition for us.
All right, let's hear that definition.
So, arrogance is having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities.
Exaggerating.
Exaggerated.
That's a key word there.
Yes.
Exaggerated sense. So, almost blowing it up bigger than what it actually is to oneself.
Yeah, so probably a step above confidence.
Yeah.
And what's our question for today? Will you remind me?
Is arrogance a good thing for the entrepreneur / small business startup / small business owner? Is it a good thing?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, just for the sake of playing devil's advocate, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. So, my reason for saying that arrogance is not a good thing.
Present your case. What's your evidence?
So, with arrogance comes a big head. And with a big head comes the inability to hear other people's advice because you only care about the voice in your head and your thoughts. Stereotypically, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think you're awesome, it's or too awesome, it's a bad thing, because pride, as we all know, if you're a biblical person like I am, comes before the fall.
Yeah.
And so if I think everything I'm doing is great and I'm above any correction or being wrong, that is actually harmful to my growth as a business owner and my company, because I have to be able to have feedback from my consumers and my customers and peers, or at least listen to them and consider the change instead of just let it go in one ear and out the other. Now, I realize that my opinion is polarized and there's going to be cases where arrogance is a good thing, but I wouldn't say that arrogance is a good thing. I would say that confidence and faith in yourself and your business is good. Mm-hmm. But arrogance can come off, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You make a good point. I thought about arrogance in a little bit of a different light. So let me talk about why I think it's actually a good thing.
Okay.
So I think that in entrepreneurship and in starting your career off, there is a lot to fake it till you make it. There is a lot of like science that goes behind if you pretend you're a kick-ass entrepreneur and you have 1,000 customers and you are the best, you are the freaking stuff. There's a lot of science that will show that you'll actually figure out how to be who you pretend to be. Like if you pretend to be someone long enough, you'll actually be that person. Mm-hmm. Now, the way I thought about it is because last night I was this week in Tulsa is Global Entrepreneurship Week. So there's like freaking thousands of entrepreneurial related things and events and pitches and blah, blah, blah you can go to. So I was at one last night because a good friend of mine was pitching. She actually won. She won $15,000.
Holy
10-minute pitch.
Cow.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that?
I don't know. Damn it. So back to my point. I look at the two extremes of arrogance. Somebody who's arrogant is gonna get up on stage and they are gonna be like, you guys, my business is the best thing that has been created in Tulsa all year. My customers absolutely love me. I am the freaking perfect person to start this business because I am the best Swift developer you've ever seen. I've been studying for 5 years. There's no one else in the industry that's as good as me. I built a product that is gonna change the world. And you're like, yeah, you might be exaggerating everything, but an investor is gonna be like, oh, okay.
An investor, yeah.
Okay. But if you get up there and you're like, well, I think I've got a pretty good product and I've been studying really hard, but I know I'm not the best. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the light I was thinking.
Yes, I would say on the spectrum of being like that and where you were, you would be better off
on the arrogant
side. Not all the way full spectrum, but I think you don't need to come off as like, I'm better than you, because then you're not relatable. And people don't buy from people they don't like. And nobody likes the person that only talks about themselves. Everybody hates that person. As soon as you bring something up, like, yeah, well, I did this and my business does this. Like, we weren't talking about you, man.
Yeah.
We weren't talking about you. We were talking about this. So I think that arrogance can be a good thing, but maybe if it's not authentic, maybe if you're only doing it because your business needs you to be that person. Like, let's say you believe in your business, but not to the point where you can get people excited about it. So you put on that face and that front. That's like, that's different.
Is it?
I think it is. I think there's a difference between authentic arrogance, like you're just really an arrogant person, because to have arrogance, you have to be an arrogant person. But to be confident in your business and excited about it, I think is a completely different definition.
I think there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance that you and I are like having trouble differentiating. Yeah. Because you're absolutely, and that's the other thing I was going to bring up is like selling your business to customers. Mm-hmm. If you go up to a lady in the grocery store and you're like, yeah, Periwinkle, this shirt that I'm wearing is we have a garage cleaning business and it's pretty good and people like us and if you're ever interested, let me know. Versus like, ma'am, we've been on the local news, we're on the national news, we're about to get a TV show. People love this. We have hundreds of customers that cannot stop talking about Periwinkle. Nobody knows what they're getting into until they actually have us come clean their garage, and then they don't know what to say at the end of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think
I think, yeah, there's a very, very fine line
It's a fine
between
line.
confidence and arrogance, because it's the difference in saying Periwinkle is the best garage cleaning and organization company in Oklahoma versus good luck finding somebody better than Periwinkle, call me when you do. You know, there's a difference. Like, you're saying the same message, like, I'm the best, but there's a difference between the confidence and the arrogance that can come off not good to the consumer.
So is it possible that the difference that you and I are trying to spread out, or
I think it's the excitement.
separate, what about the attitude?
I think it's the attitude and the excitement. Like, if you're excited about your business and saying we're the best, like we're the best, people are excited, versus we are the best, people are excited. You know, it's the attitude and how you say it, I feel like, is the difference between arrogance and confidence. Even though on the spectrum, they might be on the same level.
They've got to be sitting side by side. And I think the difference is, like, maybe arrogance, you add the cockiness, so it's more like, my app's the best app you've ever seen. I'm the best developer you've ever seen, and if you don't invest in me, then screw you. I'm gonna go find the money somewhere else. Like that, if that's arrogance, then that's not what we're talking about. But by definition, exaggerating your own abilities is not a bad thing. In my opinion. Because you'll live up to it. If I tell you, like, Jordan, I can program apps now. Should we build an app for Periwinkle? You're gonna be like, oh, seriously? Yeah, build it. And then I'm gonna go, uh-oh, now I have to figure out how to do this. Which is pretty much what every entrepreneur does, man.
Learn as you go.
You can go to freaking business school for the rest of your life. You're never gonna know everything you need to know to go from start to exit in a business, or like start to $100,000 or start to 15 customers.
I agree, man. There is a fine line, and you have to have a smidge, a touch of arrogance, but more confidence. You don't want to come across like you are not open to suggestions. But you want to be confident in what you say and what your decision is. You know, like it's a very fine line, but that's why we disagree on this. We have different
black and white,
we have different views on what arrogance is. Is it good for the business owner / entrepreneur? My answer is no. I think that because when I think of arrogance, I think of people that dislikable people. And to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to be a salesman, and salespeople need to be liked. That's the bottom line for me.
I think it's hard. I think our problem here is it's hard to define arrogance.
It is.
What we have is like we have people we think of when we hear the word. We don't like those people.
Because you're raised
negative.
You're raised thinking in arrogance in a bad or a negative light. So, I mean, the social upbringing for me is already painting the picture of arrogance. But by definition, the definition of arrogance is okay. But what you think of when you hear an arrogant person, I don't think that's good.
Agreed. And I think that, like, if you're arrogant, if you have these qualities we're talking about and you work in corporate America, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. I think you're gonna get freaking bottlenecked so hard by the people around you, because people don't like arrogant people. But I would give my money to an arrogant person. I'd probably give my business to an arrogant person. I want the roofer who comes to my house to say, trust me, I'm the best. I know what I'm doing. I'm better than everyone else. I'm like, sweet, you're hired. And like, if I'm trying to deploy, like, you know, some seed money, if I'm trying to play in that space, I want to give it to the entrepreneur who's like, Seth, you'd be an idiot to give your money to anyone else. Like, even if it's like, dude, you're kind of a cocky,
it's because the confidence in that their only wrong decision you can make is not going with me. Because they are showing no doubt, and so that like pumps you up, like, oh dang, like I'm gonna go with these guys. So I think arrogance in the entrepreneurship light, and it's hard to define. That's the problem. It's hard to like really put your thumb on. So in summary, if the spectrum is here, and this is shy and not confident at all, and this is arrogant, you want to be right here. Right there. Don't be full-blown Nazi, my way is the way, everybody is wrong, I'm the best, my business is the best, we've always been the best, I've done the most research, I know the most, I give unsolicited advice to everybody. You want to be all of those things, but considering other people's opinions, helping people out, being happy and humble. You can be confident and humble at the same time. I think that's the thing that arrogant people lack, is the humility. Strong opinions loosely held, you know? Your confidence, put it at 110%, but if a customer's like, I hear you,
this is what I want though, you
Yeah.
better be able to like tailor it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Or else you're probably gonna lose the customer on it.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Well, guys, as we always wrap these up, you've heard it here from us. You can write all this stuff down. You can keep watching YouTube videos and never do anything with it, or you can go out into the world and you can apply what you've learned here today in your business and your entrepreneur endeavor. Entrepreneurial endeavor?
Entrepreneurial endeavor.
Yes.
Entrepreneurial endeavor.
Entrepreneurial adventurer endeavor.
Entrepreneurial endeavor.
All right, guys. Go out and do it. Don't be arrogant. Be confident.
Cool. We'll see you guys later. You want to do it this time?